mess for the past month. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it, but we had to do a lot of work for the smog, and just a lot of troubleshooting. So I'll just explain it later. Hey you guys, so let me explain what's going on with the car. I didn't pass smog 2 times. 2 freaking times. I even have the papers here to show it. Now you don't know what smog is. California requires you to go to a smog station to actually check out your emissions on your car. Sorry, my phone's bugging. And if you don't pass, then you have to fix it until you pass, which is the sucky part. Now, I've been going back and forth to the smog place. This is gonna be my 3rd time today actually, so hopefully it passes today. The first time I just went, I got the notice. I just showed up, didn't even think my car wasn't gonna pass smog, and it didn't pass smog. And so obviously, like if you know about the smog emission system, then you know that the ERG has a really big play in it, and if you pass it or not. ERG stands for exhaust gas recirculation device, basically, and it's like a valve that basically recirculates your combustion fumes back into the intake part of the engine. So it's a little complicated. Carbon builds up in there and it blocks it off, and it doesn't let you get a good reading or anything like that. So it's a whole big dilemma. Now what I did was I'll actually go show you guys. Sorry if there's a lot of engine noise, but in this area of a 2J is the ERG. Now, this is not the ERG, this is part of the ERG, but it's a module. This itself is the ERG, and what it does is brings back air back into here to help emissions, to get a cleaner burn, less burnt in the atmosphere. The valve sometimes gets clogged and it doesn't allow it to pass smog. Now what I did was I took it apart. I got a new module actually too. Took it apart, blew some air in, cleaned it out. Didn't seem it was that dirty. I always use an additive in the fuel, and took it back. Didn't change anything. After replacing and cleaning all that, I took it back to get smog, thinking, all right, cool, I'm gonna pass. I still didn't end up passing. There was actually, the reading was almost similar. It helped it a little bit, but it didn't help it enough. So I was like, oh my gosh, like what else can it be? So I've had this biggest exhaust leak for a good while now, and I didn't even think anything of it. You know, I was like, all right, you know, I'll get it fixed later on and whatnot. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should get that fixed. It's right next to an O2 sensor. Who knows? Let's get it fixed. Either way, I'm gonna have to fix it down the line, and let's just see what happens. So I went yesterday to go get it fixed, and I'll actually show you that too. I had to shut the engine off, but basically I had a leak all the way back here. I'm not sure if you can see it. The flange and where the tube meets, it was cracked. So I got it welded. I took it to a shop. I paid. I couldn't do it myself, sadly. I wish I would have done it myself. But that wasn't the only leak. I had another leak by the mid pipe. Just switched off 2 gaskets, and now hopefully she's running better now. I mean, I feel like the engine, the exhaust sounds way better now. It's like a 4-inch N1. It sounds way better now. The throttle is a little bit more stiff, and it was a little bit, you could feel it like grip a little more, if that makes sense. So yeah, basically what I initially thought is that because of that exhaust stick being so close to an O2 sensor, that it was making my engine run lean, and making it run lean means hotter temperatures. So that's why I didn't pass smog. So hopefully right now I get to just go pull up and pass smog. I forgot to actually mention this too. I'm so much on a time crunch that I've been trying to work this for a few weeks now that I actually had to get a moving vehicle permit from the DMV. So yeah, my car expired in April, and in March, but it's April now, so God forbid I get pulled over and I don't have this. But yeah, I'm gonna be on my way right now to go get smogged. Hopefully everything works out. I really don't know what else it could be after that. I'd have to actually see what are my other options after that. So we'll see what's up right now. Now we can discuss this a little more about what I mean by the engine running too hot. So when you get a smog reading, it measures many different components in the system. And what I failed specifically was the 25 roll. I passed on everything else except the NOx, which is basically like, I think it's not nitrous oxide, but it has to do with like the internal temperature of like the heat that's being put out by the engine. And it has an average, it has a max that you're allowed to do, and then my measurements. Now the one right above it, I passed barely by like almost like 20 points, like 20, 21 probably. And then my 25 roll, I didn't pass by a lot. Now that's telling me that my engine was running too lean, and I believed it too, because I was having a lot of fun with this until I got the exhaust leak fix, which that's when like everything regulated out. My idle is sitting also a little bit higher up than, I'm sitting a little bit closer to where it should be, the average range it should be. My temperature dropped after getting the EGR valve and the exhaust leak fixed. My temperature dropped to the actual line where it should be. It was like probably like a little like 2 centimeters over the line, which was usually like a normal day since I got the car, but now it actually dropped, which is hopefully is a good indicator if things are running the way they should be. I don't have a bogging in my acceleration. It sounds pretty good. There's a nice deep tone to it. So hopefully everything works out. I'm hopefully gonna be reading the marks later, and hopefully they come out way better than what they were. Miss driving this car. Getting the car smogged, and it looks really good. Alright guys, so here's the final verdict. I passed. Both of them passed. My measurement for my NO is way lower than what it was originally. I thought I was barely gonna like pass it, but I guess the exhaust leak did the whole trick. I'm gonna go pick up my tags right now because mine are expired and I need to get new ones ASAP. I'm just gonna go to AAA because I'm a AAA member and I can go pick up my tags right now instead of waiting in the mail. So yeah, I'm so glad I passed.